Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Phish Phry podcast. I'm your dad host, Bobby.
And I'm Oliver.
And this week, we are talking about the story of the ghost from
1998.
1998. It was a good year. I know you weren't around, but it was a really good year. It was my junior year of high school. But this album is actually Phish's 7th studio album.
7?
Which means we've done at least 7 podcasts. So, this one came out in October.
October?
October of 98.
Oh, yeah.
And the track listing is Ghost, Birds of a Feather, Meat, Gaiuti, Ficus, Shafty, Limb by Limb, Frankie Says, Brian and Robert, Water in the Sky, Reggae, Waiting in the Velvet Sea, The Moma Dance, and End of Session. Now, what do you think about this album as a whole? Like, start to finish, what do you think of it?
I like it. It's very good. More, I think of it like as a Halloween album.
Yeah. Why do you think of it that way, though? I'm curious.
Because, like, Ghost, Frankenstein, usually.
Frankie Says,
like Ghost, and, like, Gaiuti, I think it's, like, a name of, like, an ugly pig, of, like, a creepy...
Sure.
Like, I don't know, like, I think of it like the Addams Family's dog.
Oh, okay. Does Limb by Limb make you think of Halloween?
Yeah. And the Moma Dance is like Halloween dance or something.
I get that. I see how you're getting there. I like this one top to bottom, but I don't know if it's one of my favorites of theirs.
Yeah, I don't think it's my favorite, but it's very good.
Yeah, like I enjoy a lot of the songs on here, but I don't know if it's one of my top albums.
Yeah. From
Phish. But on that topic, what is your favorite song?
I like Waiting in the Velvet Sea.
That's a good one. Why do you like it more than the rest?
Well, I've never really heard of it. And when we were on the trip to Mobile.
To the beach, yeah.
Yeah, like from back.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like listening to it, and I was like, I've heard, I kind of like this. And then we were finally there, and I was like, I might use that for the podcast.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like it a lot. I like a few of the live versions I've heard of it. Yeah. I think it's fun. What's your second favorite? Gaiuti, the ugly pig?
Yeah.
Why do you like it?
It's this funny song.
You think so?
Yeah. My voice is so dry.
Yeah. Do you need some water?
I'm fine.
So my top pick for this album would be The Moma Dance. I like just the overall vibe of it, that kind of cow funk, and then
horse playing in it, sort of.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. I would love to hear Moma Dance live. And I like how they tie in Story of the Ghost lyrics into it on the studio album. I think that's pretty cool.
And I wonder what the lights would do.
I bet the lights would be pretty impressive. We should look that up on YouTube.
Ooh, yeah.
I bet we can find some good ones. And then my second pick would be Limb by Limb. I think it kind of reminds me of Phee.
Yeah.
You know how Phee has the chorus where it's saying Phee, Phee, Phee. This has that limb by limb by. I like that because it reminds me of Phee, but it's just a different take.
And both of them are like Phee's a good song. And then you just see Limb by Limb is like following in its footsteps.
Yeah. You can definitely look at it that way. So here's something I read that I thought was very interesting. So it says that this album features an emphasis on the jazz funk influenced cow funk style.
That's cool.
That's what they called their playing, or their playing was called at that time. And then it says the album's first single was Birds of a Feather, and that went to the top 20 on Billboard Magazine's Adult Alternative Songs.
Whoa.
So it was in the top 20, which is not normal for their stuff, because other stuff doesn't really get like radio play or anything like that. But this...
It probably used to, like, in probably 1900s or something. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
probably
really know that.
Not all their songs, but probably like the ones that they like Phry probably.
Well, a lot of their stuff is just because of word of mouth. So that's how they'd sell their albums, because one friend would say, "You got to go buy this album." You know what I'm saying? Then they get into it that way. So a lot of this was they started these songs, or kind of heard parts of these songs, played part of these songs in just their jams leading up to the recording. So like Mama Dance just kind of came out of a jam, and it's also called Black Eyed Katie until they wrote the lyrics. Yeah, until they wrote the
Black Eyed Katie.
Yeah, until they wrote the lyrics to Mama Dance. So that, I think that kind of stuff is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you have told me that once.
Yeah.
In the studio, they just named it Black Eyed Katie.
No, they were calling it that. They were calling it Black Eyed Katie Live.
Yeah.
But then they wrote the lyrics to Mama Dance, and that's when it became.
So they were just playing like the bass and.
Yeah, they're just playing the music.
Yeah, but until they started writing.
And then they wrote the lyrics. Yep. So do you think you could give this album to your friends?
I would pick another album, but this would be a good album after you know more about Phish.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think I may not hand this album to someone as, hey, this is Phish, check them out.
Yeah, that's what.
But maybe after they listen to the first one I recommend, which is probably going to be Billy Breathes.
Yeah. Mine would be Lawn Boy.
Lawn Boy, yeah. But then after that, you could give them Ghost, and then I think they would appreciate it more than if they just listened to it for the first time. So, what do you think? What do you think we should talk about in 2 weeks? It's a pretty
Farmhouse.
It's a pretty big album, right?
And it's close to my birthday.
And it's close to your birthday. Your birthday is July 10th. Yep. So, in 2 weeks, we'll be back here and we'll be discussing Farmhouse from the year
2000.
2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 2000.
They made two.
They did release
but
two
we're going to
albums.
have to do that.
We'll do
the other 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll do Farmhouse first, and then we'll do the Sick-It disc.
Yeah.
So, make sure you tell all your friends about us. Rate, listen, subscribe. Follow us on all the socials at Phish Phry Pod, PHISHPRYPOD. Follow us everywhere. Tell your friends, neighbors, and all the lovely animals. And what else do they need to do?
Come and surrender to the flow with us.